So Russia formed out of the Soviet Union in that last video, and that is huge because it pretty much is going to reshuffle their place in the diplomatic world. So the Soviets had gone back and forth between an alliance with the USA, with Great Britain. Now they are only allied to Yugoslavia, which is interesting because Yugoslavia is so weak. They did just lose a pretty massive war to Hungary, as well as look at Hungary's opinion of Germany and Italy. Pretty high, and they don't like Poland. So that is pretty interesting. Now, we also have two wars that have popped up over the break. The Germans have decided to go back into war, this time against the Switzerland, against the Swiss, I should say. France coming in to try to defend their independence. And then we have the Chinese and Tibet going after Kazakhstan. They already have 20 war scores, so the Chinese might extend their power even further towards the west, which would have a pretty big impact, I think, on more of the Middle East. If the Chinese move toward the Middle East, that is going to make things interesting because a lot of this region, well, I guess Iran is doing better at allying to people. Look at the Soviets with their like scattered borders. We've got Soviet Central Asia. There's Georgia over here, which I don't think they're allied to, are they? Is Iran allied to Georgia? No. Okay, I was wondering about that. Anyways, so this is the big one though. This is pretty big that Germany has a successful war here. It looks like they are already about to destroy... Oh, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to win this. That's close either way. Oh, you know what? The French were able to reinforce. So how well is the French army? How good is the French army doing? It looks like they're doing pretty good. I mean, they obviously were able to rebuild most of their military. And you know what? Germany's not even trying to reinforce right now, which is kind of interesting. You know, Germany might have jumped into this a little bit premature without getting Italy's help. This might not have been the smartest move for them. It really doesn't look like it, because now we've got Switzerland actually pushing forward. Do we see anything else? The French are already going. Oh, but here come most of the German forces. So they did declare, I think, a little bit premature. But they just rebuilt a huge military force. Now they need to consolidate all that because those one stacks are going to start to get wiped if they're not quick in consolidating. So here you go. I mean, you're only really fighting France and like a small force from Switzerland, but France is looking like they're pretty powerful. How many forts have fallen? Quite a few forts have fallen. We also need to check. Oh, so the Chinese pieced out with Kazakhstan. Let's go and check on that. How are you doing? It's okay. You did lose a pretty good chunk, Kazakhstan, of your Eastern Empire. Yeah, that's not good. But, you know, I mean, the Middle East doesn't have to worry about China too much, but in the future, definitely. Yeah, the future. And also, does Russia not have a truce with Kazakhstan, right? Because it's a new nation? I don't think they should. Yeah, they don't. Just with the Soviet Union. So Russia could go to war with Kazakhstan at any point if they really wanted to. All right, so here comes the consolidation, and okay, so this right here is the big one. Obviously, there's going to be some reinforcements. Never mind, there's 250,000. They just raised an army of over 300 regiments. I see a 45 stack here. Over 300,000. Wow. How did they... Jeez. All right, so obviously the Nazis are still very powerful. Oh my goodness. There are still regiments still being built. The thing is, they need to watch. Well, I don't think anyone's going to go to war with them. Germany is pretty safe when it comes to their eastern front. For some reason, Poland is okay with the Nazis. Now, they need to make sure that they destroy what the Swiss have. Also, the war is for Switzerland. So all they have to do is really occupy most of Switzerland, and they'll be okay. They'll be in an okay situation. How are they doing right now? Yeah, I mean, they're going after Swiss regiments, and France has been pushed back towards... I mean, they're on the eastern side of France, but here goes German regiments. Yeah, so obviously this does not look good. I cannot believe that shift just happened. At first I was like, oh my gosh, what are they doing? And then all of a sudden, oh, that's what they're doing. They're just going to build an army at the last second. Holy crap, just a 250 stack. Yeah, so this war is already over. Let's see if anything else pops up. Uzbekistan versus Kazakhstan. Okay, so it looks like, oh, Uzbekistan's not doing that well. Negative 33 war score. I was going to say, it looks like Kazakhstan's not going to go completely to China, but it probably will because I don't see anyone else rising up from the southern part of the Middle East to attack Kazakhstan. I mean, maybe Uzbekistan. I don't know. Maybe the Soviets could attack. Oh, no, they still have the truce. Never mind. Do they? Maybe. Oh, yeah, they do. Till 1961. Wow. Also want to keep an eye on Japan. I really want to see what Japan's going to do. Japan doesn't really have a lot of choices for the wars they can get themselves involved in. These guys are allied to Japan. I mean, they could break that alliance, go after Mongolia eventually. Yeah, Japan's going to be an interesting situation. You also need to be careful with the USA, with the British. Also, I didn't mention that Mozambique and Angola they also got their independence with the Democratic. I should just call the DRC, with the DRC. So slowly Africa will be gaining their independence throughout this campaign. And boom, just like that. I mean, Germany's more focusing in on. Hey, what is that? I was seeing an interesting symbol. Who else? Who's fighting here? Did Germany call somebody else in? Panama and El Salvador? No, that must have been the French. I don't know. I saw a weird symbol for a second there, but I don't know. So there goes the French military. So now we need to think of the implications of this. Will we begin to see the French colonies declare their independence? I think that's very likely. Not during the war, of course, but after the war, since it looks like Germany's going to make sure that France pays for this. It looks like that because they're not even really going after Swiss lands, which is weird. I don't know why that is. Do we still have Elizabeth II? Okay, she's a 541. Who is Ireland allied to? Nobody. Okay, I was wondering if Ireland was going to play a major role in this kind of World War II scenario sort of thing. Well, now it's pretty far after World War II. Yeah, look at this. I mean, Germany is really not even concerned with Switzerland. I think what the AI might be trying to do here is focusing on a separate peace with France, getting something from them, or releasing something, forcing France to release something, or doing something. They want something out of this. So they're going to focus on France, separate peace them, then absolutely dominate Switzerland. I think. I don't know. I mean, now they're starting to bring like a 50 stack and another 50 stack. I mean, they did the same thing against Poland during the World War. But we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Panama, okay. What about this war? Argentina and Bolivia. We should probably check in on South America. Venezuela's looking good. So is Peru. We've got Bolivia and Argentina. I mean, definitely there's some consolidating going on. Great Britain here. How about Cuba? Cuba's not allied to anybody. And we have the USA still only allied to Canada, Germany, and China. So I guess the USA is okay with supporting Nazi Germany in this campaign so far. And how much Swiss lands have fallen? Bern has fallen, which I believe... Oh, you know what? The French have kind of come back with a 74 stack. I'm not sure how that slipped by. I think it looks like Germany might have eliminated some of their regiments because they don't look as powerful as they were before. Maybe they do. I thought they had over like 300 regiments. I mean, they probably built too much. They might have built too much in the beginning. Well, either way, they're going to win this, even though they're getting a terrain penalty. But they could have lost due to attrition. I bet you that's it. I don't know if the AI... It doesn't seem like the AI is that good at being aware of attrition. Definitely not. I don't know. They used to not be. They used to be really, really bad at it. But I don't know. Are the Netherlands still allied to France? No, they're not. They're also in a war with Brazil. So they're supporting... Oh, Brazil declared war in the Netherlands, and that is because of the land out here. Yep, there it is. So Brazil continuing to pick up more and more land in South America. Brazil is going to be aggressive, and I still think that's a very smart alliance for the Germans to get up. I thought that was very, very smart. Okay, so I haven't even been checking on the war score. They've only got 38 war score, which is surprising. I thought they'd have a lot more by now. They'll get a lot more very soon because they're about to get full occupation over Switzerland very, very quickly. It's 1958. I want to see if there's any more rebels popping up because I have been noticing a few communist rebels slowly rising. Egypt has no alliances, so I don't really know how they're still alive. Pretender rebels. The, ooh, Russia. I didn't even notice that. Russia just ate, like, all of Kazakhstan. So, well, Uzbek did too. It was kind of a combination of both, I think. Yes. Yes, the Uzbek, China, and Russia all kind of ate back, and Kazakhstan is now no more. They're gone now, which is interesting, especially for the Uzbek. I mean, the Uzbek could still be invaded by China. I think it's likely, because the Chinese are not going to want to attack the French. They're not going to want to attack the Indians. Mongolia, possibly. Mongolia usually gets eliminated. But we will see. Okay, so this war is still not up. What's the war score at now? 55 war score. And we have Russia for the reconquest. Now, where is this? Oops, there we go. Where is this? Oh, okay, that's interesting. I don't want to really pronounce that, but anyways, Russia is going to, I think, obviously have a very successful war here. I do want to look at the Russian government type. What are they? Socialist state. Oh, that's interesting. Also, look at all the government types that have changed. It seems like a lot have changed. And Germany's the only fascist dictatorship at the moment. We have a parliamentary constitutional monarchy. So not as many fascist states. It's only Germany, really. Japan, I know, changed their absolute monarchy, which is, what's the difference, right? Kind of the same. I mean, a monarchy, I understand the monarchical thing, but kind of essentially the same thing, right? I don't know. I'm not sure. And boom. Wow. All right, so there go the gains that I think Nazi Germany made, I think, historically. I mean, they only took like a huge chunk out of eastern France, right? And then they occupied western France. It was pretty much like a puppet state. I thought, something like that. But that looks about accurate. So there you go. I'm wondering how many people they made mad from aggressive expansion. Aggressive expansion is only at -21, and again, I think that has to do with the AI, the AI on hard difficulty. Did Spain also? Oh no, they made them release Navarra, and Navarra is back now. Still allied to, but France is now allied to Great Britain, Spain, Luxembourg, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey. Interesting. Yeah, that's a smart move for them. So now what does Germany do? I think Germany's going to attack Poland. Oh, but it's too late. Hungary's attacking Poland now. Russia's winning their war. So it's Poland and Slovakia versus Hungary, Greece, Denmark, Iceland. Wow, that's a big one. And Bulgaria. We also have Italy attacking the same area. So this could be the way the Italians will also kind of expand. So does this mean that since Italy's no longer a fascist, do we no longer have, yeah, Mussolini's gone. Maybe he died or something. I don't know. It's only 1959. But either way, since the Italians have an immediate border with Hungary, this should be a pretty successful war for them. Obviously, Hungary's having to deal with Poland as well. I wouldn't be surprised if Germany thinks about a war very soon with Poland. Brazil, USA, and Italy. That's it. I think that Germany might set their sights soon. I mean, obviously, they need to core this stuff. I don't know also, but when did Lithuania lose these lands? Did they... I think they started off this scenario with losing these 3 lands to Poland, 2 to Poland, and 1 to Germany. I think. I'm not 100% about that, but that's kind of interesting. So this is going to be bad for the Hungarians and the Hungarian alliance. Oh, did Turkey declared their own separate war, this time against Greece. So a lot of people invading the Balkan states. We've got Poland, Italy, and Turkey, pretty much from all different sides here. You know, Germany might instead attack Hungary. I guess they could do that too, but I think they're going to try to let their friends to the south take that. Italy now also invading Egypt. Oh, did they just peace out? Well, they peaced out fast. I don't even know if they took anything. Did you even take anything here? Not really. I wonder why that is. Well, either way, you're probably going to take over all of Egypt. That is if you can get your troops down here, because Egypt has a 31 stack. This is not a colony either, so Italy will hold control over Italian Egypt. Italian Somaliland could definitely gain their independence, though, if their liberty desire shows it. Still nothing from the French. Still not much liberty desire at all from the French. This is going to be an interesting scenario. This is getting more and more interesting with the rise, especially with all that huge chunk, because the Germans really need to take over all of France. That's a lot of development there. That would really help them. Argentina not doing so well against Bolivia. The Netherlands are going to lose their war with Brazil. Poland at 9 war score over Hungary. We've got Russia continuing to invade. Yep, this little country here north of Mongolia. And yeah, Turkey decided to invade Greece. Yeah, this is this is drastically different from, which I like, but this is drastically different than the other extended timeline mods that we've done, because most of the time, British has a colony over, they have colonies, or, I mean, most of the stuff is established as, like, it can be released at some point. Like, the Victorian era was, like, everything was being released, but it's not like that in this scenario, if you know what I mean. Like, France actually has a big control over Southeast Asia, or Northern Africa. Which brings them more power, which means that their colonies are less likely to revolt. I mean, I think that they will eventually lose their revolutions. And we also have this Damascus here, kind of French Syria. Did Egypt get, did they bring in, yeah, Italy's here. So more than likely Egypt will be eliminated from the campaign. Oh no, the war's over. Italy, what are you doing, man? You just messed up. You messed up pretty bad. Now Russia's attacking Estonia, Denmark, and Iceland. Holy crap. Yeah, Russia being extremely aggressive. How's the Russian opinion? So Russia likes China. Russia does not like Korea. Kind of no opinion of... Oh, and they also lost their alliances. So Russia's going solo here. Man, this is a really messed up world with Nazi Germany. Russia going solo. Just doing whatever they want. They've been in several, like 3 straight-up wars. Boom, boom, boom. We're going to see, I think, a new power rise out of the Balkan region. Did France manage to keep those alliances? That's what I want to know. Yeah, they did. Where did that come from? I really want to know where that came from. If France can hold on to all those friends, then that's huge, because Germany's not really going to be able to... Unless they get Italy's help, but Italy just can't take over anything. I don't know what's going on with Italy. Boom, Ukraine's been popped out of who? No, they didn't get popped out. No, Poland lost that war, didn't they? Yes, they did. Poland somehow lost that war. They lost several provinces, so Hungary's looking good. I don't know if their friend Greece is going to be doing too well. It seems like Turkey is okay. Romania... Turkey's okay, but I don't know if they're going to remain in this position. It depends. I guess now they can focus. I don't know. But we're going to be seeing some very interesting things. We've got our first USA. Oh my gosh, the USA after Great Britain. Holy crap. All right, we've got a lot of things to look at in the next video. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.